I won! I fucking won. I beat you, Sony. I beat you, you motherfuckers. Yes! Yes! It's just such a great moment when cynical, shitty Hollywood producers just, they fail. These evil, agenda-driven assholes. I defeated the evil Amy Pascal. I've stopped Tom Rothman. Ghostbusters, now, they've confirmed in a bunch of articles on the internet, Hollywood Reporter and all that, that they're writing up like a $70 million plus loss on this movie. I mean, it's a bomb. Even worldwide, they're saying now they don't even think the film will top 250 million worldwide now. I mean, it's not even at 200 million, and it's almost done. I mean, it's not even going to get close to the money they needed it to make to break even. They're going to try and claim merchandise made them a bunch of profit and all that, but this is a franchise killer. There's not going to be any sequels. The sequel would make even less money. I mean, this is going to. Paul Feig's probably never going to get another $150 million film again, which I think is a good thing. He already built a very niche brand in comedies that didn't have huge budgets. These female driven comedies that made money. I mean, this film, I don't even know. It probably won't even outgross Bridesmaids, which is hilarious. Bridesmaids cost like $30 million, and this film had a $150 million budget. It's hilarious. That movie did better. It's just a great moment. This means Ghostbusters fans won. Men won. The patriarchy won. We defeated your feminist SJW bullshit, Sony. Um, and honestly, feminism won. Real feminism, I guess, if that even exists anymore. But to the women that never bought into this bullshit, like they were trying to make this strong female-driven film that was supposed to have some important message for little girls, and as much as they post that picture of that little girl holding on to Kristen Wiig, and smiling and being like, "Oh my God, I love you," even though this picture's clearly was like set up to be this way to try and sell this movie, this shitty, terrible film about vagina jokes and slimy queef jokes that little girls just love. Little girls love queef jokes. It's just so great. They tried so hard to pander to all you women out there. They tried to insult you. They tried to say to you that you just go see female films because they have women in it and you don't care about anything. Well, guess what? You proved them wrong. You didn't go see this movie. You didn't support this shit. Fans proved them wrong. I mean, we spoke with our wallets. We need to do this so much more. This is such an important message to people out there. You don't have to go see shitty movies and shitty remakes. They can bomb. If you don't go pay to go see them in droves and you don't buy into bullshit controversy the studio tries to build, which none of us did, guess what? Movie bombs, they're not going to make sequels. It's great. It's what you want. People are like, all you did was kill a franchise. Don't you feel bad? No, I'm glad this franchise is dead. Ghostbusters was dead to me the day Harold Ramis died. The studio just didn't want that. They thought, oh, let's milk this motherfucker for all the money we can get. Well, guess what? You're not going to get that money. And you're not going to get it from Ghostbusters fans. Here we are, Rogue One's coming out. It's probably going to make $1 billion. Star Wars is still popular. Disney knows how to market the shit out of those movies. And you guys just killed one of the most beloved franchises out there because you guys tried to sell it as this bullshit agenda-driven mess because you knew you had a bad movie. You knew the marketing was bad. I'm just gonna say it. Everything I've read from Paul Feig at this point makes him sound like a guy who doesn't like men very much. He seemed to have an agenda. I never noticed it with his other films, but this film, yes. I'm not gonna blame the cast. I don't think the cast was up to anything, but I do think him, the producers, everyone who pretty much worked on this movie, had some kind of thing against men. They really didn't seem to want men to support this movie from the beginning, which is stupid because Ghostbusters, the male audience is way overwhelming. The majority of Ghostbusters fans are men. Or at least that's from the research I've done. It seems like it's a majority man franchise. Like that. I'm not saying chicks don't love Ghostbusters. Obviously they do, but when you go to a lot of Comic Cons, there's a lot of men dressed up in those Ghostbusters costumes. It's just, what were you guys thinking? I mean, really, you thought you could insult the entire fan base of a film and call them sexist? And misogynist and all that, and you didn't think it would result in a bomb. This so backfired. I've never seen a marketing campaign this bad before. I've never seen a studio market a film so poorly and insult a fan base like this, and then just have it laughably blow up in your faces. I mean, this is hilarious. You guys look like idiots. You really do. This bombing so bad, you have nothing to fall back on. You're going to claim it was all sexist men who didn't go see this movie. Well, apparently there's not enough feminists out there who actually support your shit to go see this movie either. You don't get it. Nobody saw your movie. There was a small fraction of people in the world that went to go see your shitty remake of Ghostbusters, and that small fraction spoke. They didn't like it. They didn't come out and say, "Oh, everyone's got to go see that." The word of mouth wasn't good. So you never really had anything going for you. All you kept saying was everyone's judging this movie based on the women, and then your movie comes out and nobody likes it. And people can argue all they want. Oh, it's got 73% Rotten Tomatoes. It bombed, okay? If a movie bombs, that means it had poor word of mouth, okay? It's not like the movie had its opening weekend and then had a great second weekend. It dropped, and then it dropped again, and then it dropped big again. It kept consistently dropping over 50%. That's not good for a movie that opens at like 46 million. If the movie had good word of mouth, it would have been like 46 million, 30 million, 18 million, 12 million. Instead, it was like 46, 21, 10, 4. It just dropped like a rock. Nobody was seeing this, and the foreign market's just laughable. I mean, it's making no money. And not getting the China release just sunk it down. So, your PR department, fire them. Please do not let Tom Rothman or Amy Pascal work on any other Sony products. Hopefully, this keeps Paul Feig off working on big budget movies, and hopefully, this is a lesson to other studios to not do this ever again. Do not make a film and try to sell it to women just to see it because they feel like they have to see it to take men down. That doesn't work. Women don't hate men enough in this country for that to work. You have this misconception that there's enough hateful women out there that are going to team up and go see a stupid cynical Hollywood reboot. It's just a generic typical remake like the Total Recall remake or RoboCop, any of those remakes that just did mediocre business. It's another one of those. But you use this one to try and attack men because you cast women in it. Women don't buy into that. Okay, my girlfriend didn't buy into that. My female friends didn't buy into that. I've had no women in my life that were like, maybe they're right. Maybe you actually are just a pig and you don't get this. No, we all thought it looked shitty. Everyone didn't like that. Nobody liked that goddamn trailer. I mean, you guys just never got it. You never got what the problem was, and it's laughable. It's laughable. You could have saved this movie in so many ways had you just immediately come out and been like, you know what? We did. We fucked up. We're sorry. This is the film you want. We apologize. We love the fans. You should have spent the last 6 months like, yeah, Ghostbusters fans. Woo woo! Instead, you have a $70 million loss. I've made more profit off my Ghostbusters video off ad revenue than Sony's made off the goddamn movie. That's hilarious. I've made more money than Sony did on their damn Ghostbusters movie. I mean, holy shit, it took me like 5 minutes to make that video talking shit about it. And, they're over here and they spent like $250 million, and it's great. They made no money on it, and they didn't deserve any money on it. This is a great lesson to Hollywood. This is a great lesson to the SJWs out there, and the Lacey Greens and the Lena Dunhams and all the people out there that when they don't have success, they try to fall back on these things. They try to play the victim card. Sorry, you don't get to play the victim card when you're not a victim. How can I feel bad for you millionaire Hollywood actresses, filmmakers, and producers for making a product that has no relevance on sexuality, men or women, and then trying to act like it did all of a sudden? You don't get to just do that. You don't get to take things that didn't have that attachment and then act like they have them now. Sorry, you don't get to play that card, okay? It's the same reason that we've all loved Laura Croft for 20 years, and now all of a sudden Laura Croft's supposed to be a sexist stereotype that men project their sexuality onto. Yeah, great. Laura Croft's no longer a great character, even though I've been playing the Tomb Raider game since I was a kid. I always liked Laura Croft. It's like, oh, female Indiana Jones, awesome. Um, but any kind of woman with sexuality scares feminists. But yeah, you know, we won. It's quite that simple. This is a huge win. It's I don't know. I hate to be this happy. It just makes me feel like everything's gonna go to shit now. Like I'm just gonna have to suffer a year of bad movies or something for this little victory. But it's just a great moment. It's just a great moment to be able to tell a studio to fuck off and the people who made the movie and their bullshit. And everyone who watched that video I made supported it and liked it and agreed with me. Thank you. You all helped. Everyone who talked shit about this movie, who did a bad review, be it a man, woman, black, gay, I don't care what the fuck you are. If you criticize this movie and those trailers and the filmmakers, I kudos to you. You did everything right. This movie deserved that criticism. To everyone that gave this a pass or tried to support it or pass it off and try to blame other people for this movie's failure, sorry, okay? Like, you have the right to like this movie. If you watch this movie and you enjoy it, I have no issue with you. You can like this movie. But if you don't get why the rest of us all hate this movie or at least what this movie represents, then just don't even be in the discussion because you're just not paying attention. Okay, this is just such a it's just great. I love this. Thank you guys. That video got way more hits than I thought it was gonna get. I got way more support from that than I thought I was gonna get. So many subscribers, and let's keep it going, guys. I mean, let's just keep attacking this shit. If we can all get together and unite and say that movie looks like shit, and then don't support it, it's gonna prove all the false narratives and all sorts of these feminist SJW movements that they always try to fall back on these false narratives. And that way we can focus on real issues when women actually do get oppressed or attacked or hurt. Real issues, real things happening to women out there that we need to help, not them getting cast in Hollywood movies, which they have no problem getting. And three white women and a black woman in a Hollywood movie is not something rare to see anymore. It would have been interesting had you cast an Asian and a Hispanic woman and a black woman and a white. I might have been into that then. I might have opened up and like, you know what? Okay, you're doing something a little different here. No, you didn't. Oh, but Kate McKinnon's a lesbian in the movie. Oh, cool. Yeah, because there's been no movies with gay characters ever before. Honestly, and Kate McKinnon annoys me. I'm sick of everyone on this Kate McKinnon bandwagon because she's quirky comedic lesbian on SNL. Okay, I mean, I don't think she's that good in the movie. She's completely over the top. I don't think she's a bad performer. It's just she wasn't directed or given anything to do. They just kind of let her go crazy, and her whole humor is to just take things. I mean, she's like a female Will Ferrell. It's just like, how dumb can I make this? And Will Ferrell, give it her hate. He works with people who collaborate, know how to channel his energy sometimes, like Adam McKay. Paul Feig clearly did know what to do with Kate McKinnon in this movie, so I feel bad for her especially because I do think she's talented. I just hate that this is what she's going to be associated with right now, and this is the kind of movie that they're like, yeah, we did it and everything. And Leslie Jones, like, it sucks. Like, I think they could be in funny movies and be good in those movies, but they're gonna have this bad stain. I think Melissa McCarthy and Kristen Wiig will survive this without any damage, but everyone else who worked on this movie, for the most part, I think this is just gonna hurt their careers. It's gonna be something they're gonna look back on and be like, probably shouldn't have made that Ghostbusters movie. Yeah. Um, I mean, it's funny. Bill Murray shows up as a cameo in the movie, and he gives the most like I don't give a fuck performance ever, and that was really the audience's reaction to this damn movie. It's just beautiful. We're all cynical, pissed off, bored Bill Murray in a Ghostbusters remake. That's how we feel about this. You thought we were that bad guy. You thought we were the basement dweller who hates the women. Nope, we're Bill Murray in the movie. We're just mocking you. And what did you do? You let the ghost out and you killed us because fuck us. That's what you guys did. Um, I'm just so happy. Um, People could give me all the shit in the world, like, "Oh, you're happy a movie flopped and failed." Yes, yes, I am. I'm very happy this movie failed. I'm happy that the people worked on it. They had to put their foot in their mouth, and I'm happy that the studio saw how stupid this all was, and they shouldn't even made this movie to begin with. So let this be a lesson to Hollywood. You think we don't have any power, but all you guys care about is money. So when you don't make that money, guess what? You don't have the power anymore. You don't get to control taste and thought, and you don't get to dictate what we feel, and you don't get to tell us how we feel about your fucking movies and trailers. You don't get to control the narrative. We control the fucking narrative. We control what movies we want to see and not see. You can hate on Transformers and Fast and Furious and all these dumb movies out there, but at least those films are marketed well, have a core audience that they don't insult for the most part, and they keep releasing a product that consistently satisfies people that like those kinds of movies. You guys didn't even know what audience you were selling this to because you never had a plan to begin with. And it blew up in your faces. You've killed the Ghostbusters franchise. Thank God it's dead. I don't want a Ghostbusters movie ever again. Just let this thing fucking die so I can just watch the original film and be happy. Just let this thing be dead. Nobody wanted a remake of Ghostbusters. That's clear now. So just be done with it, please. Just stop. Let this die. Sony, don't do any more franchises. You guys are just terrible right now as a studio. You killed Spider-Man. You've ruined Ghostbusters. Just let other people handle your shit now. You guys clearly don't know what you're doing. And let Disney now next year are gonna have Beauty and the Beast, which is probably gonna be a huge hit with the female lead that's a strong character in Belle, and you guys will look like even more idiots. Or Rogue One when it comes out this year, and it's going to be a huge hit with a strong female lead. And no one's going to be bitching about it. Because guess what? Men like women. We actually really like women, and we like women in movies. We just don't like being told that we're sexist. We don't like being insulted. We don't like you telling a whole fan base uh, that they don't like your product because of their problem, not because of you. Well, guess what? You were the problem, Sony. You were the problem, Paul Feig. You were the problem, Amy Pascal, you demon woman. And now you all are a joke. You guys will be the biggest ride-up joke of the year. The BFG, Steven Spielberg made a bigger bomb this year. Way bigger bomb. The movie's a huge bomb. No press on that movie because you guys built up so much bullshit around this Ghostbusters controversy. So now we get to mock you with its failure. So like I said again, anyone out there that talks shit on this movie, made videos, supported my video, supported everyone talking about this film's bullshit, good job. We won. Let's keep it going. Let's stop these bullshit movies. We're not gonna win the war, but let's win the battles. This was a great battle for us. And yeah, I love everyone out there that was a real Ghostbusters fan that didn't buy this bullshit narrative and didn't fall back on and didn't believe this bullshit that there was all these sexist men out there that didn't want to see female movies. I'm really glad you guys were smart enough to not buy into that. And even the feminists impressed me that they didn't all go talk about this movie and support it as much as they did. We all just kind of united in this as a big meh, and that's a victory enough for me. So you know, uh, I don't know what else to say, but the patriarchy, man, it's our year.